Welcome. Today I will be showing you how to start a project small and increase. This is what I use for all my buntings, and this is my first, but I promise you there will be a lot of buntings published. I assume that you already know how to use interlocking crochet, what the technique is about. If you don't, I have tutorials on the basics. Solid stitches, normal stitches, front, back, and such. I am making a lot of buntings with letters and numbers and a lot of other drawings and such. For this bunting, I am using Katona Kramskepies. I really like it because of all the amount of colors, and it's cotton and sturdy, and it goes in the washing machine and dryer, and really enjoy it. So I will be showing you from the start, row by row, how to increase, and I will be making until row 10 after you start making the straight edges, because you already know how to do that. And then I'll meet you at the end and we will make the border, including this border here in the diagonals. I hope you enjoy this. So let's jump into it with a slip knot. And we start by chaining 9. This is the 8 color. That's chain 9, and yarn over on the 5th chain from the hook. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first DC and chain 1. In my starting blankets, usually it's on the 6th, but in this case it's on the 5th. That's 2 times. Skip 1. Another DC. Chain 1. Now, I have to apologize, my fingers are gigantic. This piece is very small. I cover it a lot. I'm going to try to show you. In the last chain, you DC 1. There's nothing to grab from, so for me it's more difficult. DC 1, chain 1, and a triple in the same last chain. That's yarn over twice. There, get the loop front. No, I didn't get the whole yarn, sorry, I split it. There, I got the whole yarn. Sorry about that. And a triple. And you will notice it has a horrible shape so far. And I marked in red that the first rows you start with chain 4. As you know, I always make my chain at the end of the row. So I make chain 4 for the start of the next row. Oops. Chain 4. Do not worry about your shape. It's going to be horribly shaped until you have a few rows in. We're going to make row 1B, For row 1A we chained 9, for row 1B we chained 11. That's 11. And again, it's going to be difficult because my fingers will be on the way. Yarn over. You send it through the first window from back to front. And then you look for the 5th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there you grab the chain and pull it to the back of the window. I'm going to do it again. You will see that once I go through the window of the A starting row, I disregard the red. I leave it hanging wherever it wants to hang because I can't control it. So I send it over and I just leave it hanging there. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I concentrate only on my white yarn. Send it to the back, complete my DC. And it looks horrible, but then I can kind of place things better. Chain 1, you do that 3 times. That was 1, through the next window. Skip this one. That's my second DC and the third one. Oops. Skip this one, put it in the next. Complete the third DC. Then in the last chain you make back 1 in the last window, sorry, through the last window. In the last chain you make a DC in the back, it doesn't want to come through. Oh, sorry about that. DC in the back, chain 1 and a triple in the front in the same last chain. There. There's your triple in the front and chain 4 for the start of the next row. Trying to look at the screen to make sure I'm centered and look at my work. It got complicated there. It looks like this, and it looks horrible. Let's agree to that. It's going to get better, I promise. That was row 1A and 1B, so you got your work started. We're going to start row 2A, turn our work around. And now, let's see, I'm going to get closer. You have your starting chain here. Usually, when we work with square blankets, you would make your first stitch here, right? But we are increasing in opposite directions. So the way the first few rows start, and it's marked in the pattern clearly, is as follows. Back one, the first stitch goes on the base of the chain. Which would be on top of the triple you made in the previous row. You make back one, front three, you make back one at the start, front three. Now you make in the last one, you have a window. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a window there. So in the last window, you make back one, reach from behind, in the same window, chain one, and triple in the front. Yarn over twice, look for the window, make your triple there. Do not worry about things getting curly or messed up, because we're going to straighten that up. That's your triple, and chain four for the start of the next row. It starts to look like something. In the back it looks like this. And for row 2B, front one, that there is the tip of your triple from the previous row. You have to go for that stitch from the front. Front one, then you make back four, the way I crochet, I need to hold it down with my finger, and there's nothing, it's too small so far, so I have to wobble it around. Four, that was my back four. And again, I have the last window there, and there I'm going to make front one, obviously from the front, and in the same window, chain one and a triple from the back. So I look for that window in the back, from the back, and I finish my treble there. And chain four. That's what it looks like so far. Still ugly. Turn around for the start of row 3, and you start to see the ladder forming. As long as we increase, the A color will be a ladder going like that. But the shape is still quite ugly. We're going to go for row 3. The concept is exactly the same until we reach row 8. Then we start making some changes. Front one in the base of my chain. Front one, 5 in the back. One. Maybe I don't need to be so close anymore. There we go. Four and 5. And in the last window, we finish with front one. Chain 1, and in the same window, a triple in the back. And chain 4 for the start of the next row. And we're going to go straight to 3B. Back 1. See how I'm looking for this base, and I have to wobble it around because it's hard to get. Back 1, 6 in the front. Six in the front. In the last window, we finish with back 1. Chain. Triple in the front. And chain 4. That's rows 1 to 3. You see the ladder, and the shape is starting to look like something, but it pulls in one direction and the other, so you're not fully there with the shape. It's round here and flat there, but it will get better. Now for the start of row 4, we start with pack 1 on the base of the chain. And front 7. And that's front 7. And we finish the row, one yarn over, with a back 1 in the last window, chain 1, and with a triple So you see that every time you make a triple, you increase by one window, which is more triangular than the squared windows. And for row 4B, front 1, in the base of my chain, and now I'm going to make back 8. And that's back 8. And we'll finish off with yarn over once. Front 1. I'm too eager to get my last triple. Chain 1, yarn over twice, triple in the back. Oops. Two, 3, 4. That was row 4. Getting my yarn messed up here. Turn around for row 5. I turned it around the wrong way. Row 5 starts with 1 in the front. We're still working the base of the triple. And back 9. And this is my 9, back 9. And finish with front 1. Chain 1. Triple in the back. And chain 4. Row 5B. Back 1. Nope. There. Back 1. Front 10. That was front 10. Finish off with back 1, chain 1, triple in the front. In the same last window. And that was your row 5. For row 6, we start with 1 in the back, in the base of your treble, in the top of your treble, in the base of your chain 4, back 1, front 11. And 11, finish off with back 1, chain 1 in the same window, triple in the front, and chain 4. Now you've seen that all the rows are the start and the end, and it's all in the front or all in the back, because there is no drawing in this part. In this case, in this heart bunting, the next row starts the heart. For row 6B, you start with 1 in the front, and instead of making all in the back, so as in previous, you're going to make back 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to make front 4, and back 4 again. And finish off with front 1, chain, triple in the back. Chain 4 for the start of the next row. Turn your work around and you see this is the bottom of the heart. For row 7, we're still increasing. Front 1, back 4, now we're going to be making solids, 9 DCIF, four in the back, and finish off in the last window with front 1, chain 1, triple in the back. still chain 4 because we're still increasing until row 9. For 7B, we start off with back 1, then we have front 4, that was your front 4. Now you have 6 in the back. And after 6 in the back, you have front 4 again. And you're used to this by now. Finish off with, if I find that window, back 1, chain 1, triple in the front, and chain 4. So now it starts to look a little bit better, a little bit more like the tip of the bunting. Now we're going to move to row 8. In row 8 is the first one that we're going to stop with the chain 4 on 8B, but I'll get to that. We've done until row 7B. Now we're going to do row 8. We always chain 4 at the end of the row because it's the start. Note that 9B has a chain 3. So we're going to make 8A, we're going to chain 4 for the start of 9A, we're going to make 8B, but chain 3 for the start of 9B. Because we stop increasing after 9A, okay? I'm going to follow you through that, but it's clear if you notice here. Another way to do it, to remember, is if you chain at the end, you can mark at the end of chain B, at the end of 8B, chain 3 here, so you remember. That was row 7. Turn our work around. And we're going to start with row 8. Back 1. Front 4. Five in the back, front 1, 5 in the back. The backs are solids. That was 5 in the back, front 1, 5 in the back. Continue with 5, front 4. And finish off with back 1. Chain 1, triple in the front. and chain 4. 8A is the last time you chain 4. From now on we chain 3. For row 8B, front 1, back 4, front 3, back 2, front 3, and back 4, that's back 4, finish off with front 1, chain 1, triple in the back, and at the end of 8B we chain only 3. Turn it around for row 9. And for row 9 we have front 1. There's a plane overhead. I don't know if you hear it. Motor plane. Front 1, back 4, five solids in the front, back 3, 5 solids in the front. I did my back 4, now I have to do 5 solids in the front, and I notice that I forgot a chain here, so I'm going to fake it, force it actually. I make my first one here, and there should be a chain, and there is not, so I am making my second one between both stitches. Three, 4, 5, back 3, 5 solids in the front. That was 5 in the front, then back 4, and you finish with front 1. This is row 9A, it's the last increase. So you have front 1, chain 1, triple in the back, and it's again the last time we finish a row like that. I chained only 3. And for row 9B, you will notice I mark it properly in the pattern. We are not going to start our first row on the base of the chain. We're going to start on the first stitch after, as we do in square projects. So 9B is front 4. I don't use that one, I use this one. Front 4, I said, 2, front 4, back 3, I messed that one up. Back 3, front 4, back 3, and it finishes with front 5, no increase. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the last window. Chain 3. So we have 9 rows. We stopped increasing here. Now we go up as in any other project. You see your shape is considerably better than when we started. And then with the border, it's going to get nicer. I'm going to make one more row for you. And now we're going to make row 10. From now on, until the end of the bunting, it's a normal project all the way up. Row 10 is back 1. Oh, missed the whole thing. Back 1, front 3. Five solids in the back, front 5, 5 solids in the back. You know how to do this. And front 3, back 1 to finish the row. I forgot the chain. I did 5 solids in the back. Finish up with front 3. One in the back. And that there was the end of 9A. It was the last increase window. We make our DC in the last window and chain 3 to start making that edge straight up. And 10B is pretty straightforward. Back 3. Front 3, back 6, front 3. And finish it off with back 4. Chain 3 for the next row, and we have nice straight up edges on the side. This is as far as I will go with a detailed tutorial, because you know how to make the rest. You can make the rest until row 21, and I'll meet you at the end, because we're going to make the border. The border here, you will have to be paying a little bit more attention to that. That wasn't so complicated, wasn't it? And regarding the shape, you remember at the beginning it was horrible. Now it has the shape of the bottom, and you have these ladders here to make the edges. I'll see you in a bit. And now for the last stretch. You made your bunting with straight edges. We made together the increasing part, and I made the last rows, which were row 20B, including the white edge, and then 21A only, which is the one in the back. At the end of 20B and at the end of 21A, I chained only 1. So now we're going to work on the border. The border is, if you made my projects before, it's my classical border. We're going to put 2 single crochets in each window, but the first window is a corner. I start with only 1 single crochet. 2 in each window, all the way on the top, and I'll meet you at the other corner. I'm 2 from the end, 2 single crochets in the second to last, and in the corner, which is there, I put 5. 2 kind of in the top, put it to the top, a third one, which would be the corner, and then 2 on the side. We're going to continue making 2 on each window until the corner, until we start with the diagonals. If you see where you start with the diagonals, you see it there, it's kind of long. You see you have a treble there. The other way to do it is to remember that you have in total 12 windows that are straight. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 'and I lost count. I think I had 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry, I pointed out at the red ones. We're doing whites. Now we're going to put alternative 2 and 3 in each window. But if you see, I'm going to get closer. The stitches of these windows, you have chain, and that's a treble, that's a chain 4. If you, maybe yours is the same as mine. The windows with the chain are smaller than the windows with the trebles. So I prefer to put 2 where I have a chain and 3 where I have a treble. And it will be 4 sets in total because there's 8 windows on that side. That's 2, 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 2, 2, 3, that's 3, 2, 3, that's 4. Now we have the bottom windows, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, where we have a, sorry, I'm saying wrong, it's 3. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 windows that are flat. So 2, white, because I like to get this white tail from the start and hide it behind my single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Oh, coming out of my screen. Now again 2 and 3, that is a chain 3 space, sorry, chain 4, that is a treble, so that one's larger. I start with 2 here, and again 4 sets of 2 and 3. 2 single, 3, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 2. My heart has a knot. Sorry about that. No, I'm making HTCs here, sorry. 2, 3, that's 3, 2, 3, that's 4, and now 2 in each window on the side. So I made 2 in each window on the side, and I got to the corner. In the corner I had made a chain 1 and 1 single crochet. So I make 3 single crochets, and the 4th one will be made by using an invisible join. The join is there. There you go. And sew in my ends. And now we're going to make the A border. We had made a chain 1, and it's the same concept in the corners. As far as stitches go, we make 1 single. Now we're going to go down the side with 2 singles in each window. Two singles in each window, and we start right behind this kind of leg. You have the last triple you made. So then we start 1, 2, 3, and 2, and 3, 2, 3, 2 on all that diagonal. We're getting to this red corner here. The intention is to join 1 stitch with the single crochets from the B border so that this doesn't flap so much. Not that it flaps a lot. 1, and then I grab that one. 2. Now three in the last diagonal. Two windows in the bottom with just flat, 2 single crochets in each. And then we start 2, 3, 2, 3 again. Let me just cut this, it's going to be in the way. And here is my corner, so this stitch I will want to join. So I make 1, 2, and then I grab this one in the next window with 3 single crochets. Two, 3, 2, 3, and we are done with the side. 2 single crochets on the flat side all the way up until the corner. So I made 2 single crochets all the way up, and the next one is my corner. In my corner I'm going to put 5, as in my pot holders or my standard projects. The third one is grabbing 1, 2, 3. The third one, oh, I missed it. 1, 2, 3. I split my yarn. There. Why did I make half double? I'm used to A borders being half doubles, but this one is single, so I'm messing up. That's the third, 4, 5, and 2 single crochets on the whole top until the corner. I did the whole top. I have the corner left. 1. I had 1 single, remember? So I make 2. I make the third one, joining to the third on the V border, and the same as the V border. I cut and join with an invisible join to the first single crochet, sew in my ends, and I'm done. So sewed in my ends, and we have our bunting with a little heart. The way I join these buntings is, I mean, it's not a big science, just make a chain as long as I want, and then continue with my instead of chain, I make single crochets on the top, then some chain and the next bunting, and usually I come back with single crochets through the whole chain just to make it sturdier. I hope you enjoyed this.